Well, a happy Wednesday to all of you. It is time. It is time. It is time. It is time. It is time to play the last spell. What is the last spell? I don't know. I have no idea. But I saw Admiral Baru, Dance Gaming Co. God, I hope I'm not mixing. I don't know. My brain's been very melty in the pandemic, but I've watched a good number of wonderful human beings playing this game and raving about it. So I wanted to play it. It has seemingly roguelike elements. Uh-oh. Do I get my WASDs? Savitz? Yeah, Savitz was playing it, that's right. Lakeberg. Alright, starting setup. Crank this up. Alright, we're going to be adjusting the volume quite a bit because, my god, was that a hype-ass menu screen. Holy crap. Lakeberg, formerly a prosperous city on the shores of a peaceful lake. Alright. Standard difficulty. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. This confused me a lot. Alright, easy mode, great. Standard difficulty, standard, perfect. War! War never changes. For centuries, the world was engulfed in never-ending strife and chaos. Elves fighting dwarves, dwarves fighting men, men fighting rock, and rock fighting paper. The common folk were bled dry, poverty, famine, disease. This is America. Secluded in his tower, researching forbidden magic secrets, the Archmage Hieronymus Teller made an extraordinary discovery. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. A wild, unknown type of magic with tremendous power. Spells of mass destruction capable of obliterating any city in one strike. Driven by the hope of ending all wars, he launched the spell on a small village. A gigantic dark ball of purple flames fell from the sky and smashed into the town center, leaving only ruin, lifeless bodies, and purple fumes. Hey, we've made it out of the vaporwave aesthetic zone. Bright teal and pink rain down from the sky. Oh, there's me hunched over my computer for the 400th day in a row. The whole royal family of a neighboring kingdom was present at that time. They all died. Can I just take a moment to say that good voice acting really is really hard. Like, holy crap. Like, what are we doing? What are we even doing, you know? Gross. The king, mad with grief, ordered his mages to research this new magic.
He just, ooh, I want you to look up the magic.
He made his mages unleash hell on the neighboring capital city. Hell was also another purple bomb. Several 100,000 died. The tremor shook all the kingdoms. All of them researched the purple magic. The sky was constantly flashing purple bursts. Thundering explosions were heard every hour. War, war, it was no more. Only purple. There was no turning back. At some point, the explosion stopped, a resounding silence. Ah. Ah. Strange mist started to aggregate around the remaining cities. So I understand. This is dark fantasy post-apocalyptic. Small groups of survivors started to gather. The mist around them was thickening. At night, they had to defend against attacks from strange monsters. Everything happens in this game. Soon enough, towers rose, kingdoms fell, ghouls rose from the dark. The stocks went up and right, and yet the poor didn't make any more money. They called them clawers. Ooh. Clawers? How do you say this word? Because I'm pretty sure you say clawers, but it's actually, this, to me, if you're, like, not a native English speaker, this would be hard to say. Clars, yeah. Clars. Clars. A man with a bowl cut, or perhaps the top half of a coconut, readied his pitchfork, ready to destroy the Claws. They appointed a leader, the commander, it's me. Started rebuilding roofs and defenses, a new haven. Most mages were hanged, or worse, in retribution. Some of them, fearing for their lives, tried to find the answer. Some of them sharpened their heads into red crayon tips. They found a way. A spell. The last spell. They built a circle of power to channel their combined magic. I don't even know. I lost track of what was happening. Everyone died, except for some people who had to fight clawers and then wanted to kill all the mages, but the mages found the last spell, and it's unclear why. They built a circle of power to channel their combined magic. The goal was simple, yet nearly impossible. It was, but in a way it wasn't. It could be, but it would never, ever happen. Channel enough energy to summon and break the seal of magic and banish all magic from this world forever. Ah! But when comes the night, terrifying mutated creatures come out of the mist to kill. I think they needed an editor. The survivors' only hope is to fight night after night, try to get the last spell cast right, and protect these mages at all cost until the last spell is cast. They thought magic good, but no, magic bad, so they had to cast the big magic to make the magic go away forever. Defend the last bastion of humanity with your squad of heroes. Exterminate fiendish monsters with magic and brute force by night, and rebuild your battered city defenses by day. Oh, fuck. Yes. Gemini, it's a neat concept, but a bit much exposition. Yeah, no, all the ideas made it in. Your goal, you must protect the magic circle until the mages cast the last spell. You lose if the magic circle is destroyed, all your heroes are dead. Position your heroes, place them just outside the city. The city stash is unavailable during the night, so make sure to equip all your gear beforehand. The direction of incoming hordes is shown in the commander's journal. Okay. Camera can be moved. WASD. Alright. Okay, so is this turn-based? Wow, they're not going to tell me anything more, are they? Like, this is the game. Thurlow. Clara. Carmen. Toaster SC has been following since the old day and night daily days. Feels good to finally be able to sub. Man, we're happy to have you here, Toaster. Alright, so what's the city stash? Oh my god! Oh, it's like opening uncommented source code. Alright. Alright. So, let's start by selecting a couple of things. Commander's Journal. Position your heroes. Hordes incoming from the southeast. Great. Is this Dark Souls? Everything is the Dark Souls of XYZ. So here is the magic circle. The altar is where the mages devote their remaining powers. The life force preparing the last spell in order to banish the magic and fix this mess. Doesn't block line of sight, but as soon as these vestiges of form can be scavenged for some gold materials during production phase with the help of workers. So we're in deployment. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start selecting things. Okay. This music's pretty rad. Alright, so we're going to start selecting things one at a time and just reading. So there is armor, okay, protective layer preventing health loss, okay. Health, death awaits when it falls to 0, but where health is not fully regenerated every day. Ooh, I don't know what that means. Action points, energy required to use most of the skills, fully regenerates every turn. Mana. Magical energy required to use some of the skills, but where mana is not fully regenerated. Move points, great. Yeah, Mookie says it's like the start of Massive Attack's Mezzanine. Yeah, no, this definitely... I would not be surprised to hear "You Are My Angel." Come from way above. Yeah, this is definitely a traditional trip hop plus a little bit of modern synth in there. You must unlock the tutorial. Okay, so this is block. Negates a portion of incoming damage. Yeah, this is interesting. Like, so since the game isn't going to do any tutorialization, I'm just going to do a lot of my reactions to this. And by the way, all of you should listen to the song Angel by Massive Attack and just chuckle at how similar the song is to it. A lot of real-time and turn-based games have different takes on what armor is. StarCraft armor is flat damage subtraction. If you have 3 armor and you take 5 damage, 5 minus 3 is 2, you take 2 damage. And it looks like block, I believe, is... In some games, block is what is first consumed before health is consumed. But I assume that this is more like StarCraft-style damage subtraction. Similarly, armor... in other games, like in Dota, for instance, armor is part of an equation. The higher your armor, the more percentage reduction occurs per attack. Okay. So I have Carmen. Carmen can evasion. Increases an attribute for a given duration. 8% dodge. I don't know what the fuck? Holy shit. Okay, so... I gotta be careful because I alt-tab to tab out. Alright, so it looks like this is a weapon set. Great, so let's keep exploring Carmen. So I assume that these little symbols above are how much gets used per, so we can slice. Holy fucking data. Okay, okay. Slice, damage, just under 90, targets 1, limit per turn 4, range melee. Okay. Physical damage deals 200% damage to armor. What? Physical damage deals 200% damage to armor? What? Follow. Moves the hero to the tile of killed target. Momentum. Deals bonus damage per tile traveled by the caster. Oh. Okay, so I think I'm understanding now. Armor, I think, functions kind of like the Slay the Spire buffer. Okay, so there's 3 different types of basic damage interaction with armor that I can think of. One is subtraction, which is StarCraft-style armor. And that's what I think block is. So if I take 10 damage, 10 minus 4 is 6. If I took 20 damage, 20 minus 4 is 16. If I took 4 damage, 4 minus 4 is 0. Okay. I think the armor is a buffer. So if I have 100 armor, and I receive 120 damage, the first 100 will go to the armor, bringing my total armor down to 0, and then the next 20 will carry over. I think that this is how it works. I think that armor is a buffer. So now when this says physical damage deals 200% damage to armor, it means that if I were to deal 100 damage and I had 100 armor, 50 of my damage would burn through 100 of this, and then a remaining 50 would burn over. Yeah. Xena says, do you want some info or do you want to find out yourself? I'm going to talk through the what I'm seeing right now before I do anything else. And in a moment, I'm going to start being like, okay, Xena, I got some questions for you, friendo. All right. Deals bonus damage. Okay, so it looks like slice is like a dash to and cut. And the more you move, Zabetta. Okay, so this is dash. Moves the hero to the designated tile. Limit per turn 3. Blade Rush. So the difference between these two is that this has momentum. So whatever. Evasion. This is something that I can cast upon myself. And I see there's the 4 out of 4, 3 out of 3, so that's the number of things. Punch. Alright. Alright, so if I... Oh, this is deployment. I see. So I can move my heroes anywhere I want. So I'm going to move them relatively close in. So we have Thurlow. Okay. Thurlow is our shooty pal. Carmen is our rusty sword wielder. Noivus is wand. Yeah, actually, let me take a look at this equipment. Browse skills, control. Alright, got it. So what it's showing when I hover over, the bottom half is just the different moves. Is there a way to just attack? I don't know. I suppose it'll tell me later. So this is Sword of Damocles. Magic damage ignores 50% of the target's resistance. Okay, so armor is actually good against magical spells, I would glean. Is this true? I don't know. You know, I didn't look at the range of these things. Range, melee, self, unlimited. Oh, Thurlow is not a tough boy. Interesting. Holy shit. Magic missiles 3 to 8. Oh, I see. So it does have a minimum range. Dude, this guy's range is ridiculous. Okay, this is evasion. Plus 8% dodge. Okay, so this is next and previous. Here's block. What other numbers are here? Holy shit. All right. Okay. Okay, so you have some stats. Increases the damage output. Increases the damage of magic. Great. Magic damage, physical damage. Range. Okay, cool. Range damage is inaccurate. Increase the target's dodge the further they are away. Okay, great. Crit chance, dodge chance of evading. Great. Decreases or increases of negative incoming damage. Oh, shit. Thurlow sucks. So resistance is for all damage. Dancer. He was a dancer. He was never the same. Just says, I feel like it's probably best to just give it a go. Surely we can't comprehend all these numbers on the first try. I think that's a really good principle to have with a lot of games. I'm just kind of interested in doing this right now. I definitely 1000% think that this game has not presented to me like, you have to know everything before you can make any decision. I'm just sort of like, for whatever reason, interested in the stuff that's going down. All right. Holy shit. All right, so what are you? Are you my fighter? Oh, so this is my fighter. This is my ranger. She has precise shot. Power shot. All right, so I'm just going to do it like this. All right. All right. Fight monsters until they're all dead. Move your heroes and use skills in any order you like. Once you're done, comes a Horde's turn. Any enemy within your haven or damaging its buildings will cause some panic. At the end of the night, the panic level determines your rewards. Heroes have 2 sets of weapons they can swap freely between. Any attribute modifier granted by the equipment is always applied even for a weapon set that is not currently active. Eat your heart out, Diablo. Heroes' available skills depend on the gear they have equipped. Alright. Any movement is cancelable until you cast a skill. Undo hotkeys delete. Why not backspace? Yeah, I mean... Holy shit, they have a lot of health. Alright, so they don't actually have that much stuff. It's just claw. Magic claw. Alright. So I like do this. Shoot this person. Alright. It's just so banging. What's tight volley do? Rain of arrows. Alright, I feel cool. I feel fucking cool. So I have one more AP. Alright. I don't know, something like this. Magic missiles. I'm just gonna do sort of Damocles. Yeah. Oh, now I know why they told me about this. Keyboard buttons, baby. Team, fall back. Dude, and I think I'm gonna bring the last back, huh? Alright. What's hotkey for this? Enter? Nice. Who has 2 more action points? Yeah. Might be an oversight or part of your plan. Shall we proceed, Commander? Holy shit, this is a lot of them. Do I get to see how much their move is each turn? -2 move point, minus 40% damage. Alright, so I think that this 4 is their move. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Alright. Yeah, so you can shoot outside of range like this. Oh no, it just errors me. So I have 4 move, so I can move here. So I have 4 left. Rain of arrows, the rain of spade. Oh, that feels good. Dude, I don't know how this is not like the most busted hero in this game. Are you kidding me? Oh, dude, it plays really fast. Oh yeah, I didn't do anything with Carmen. I don't understand what's happening. Doing excited for the new Metroid. I saw that there was going to be a new Metroid, but I did not actually see any footage of it yet. I love Metroidvania games, so. Alright. So I think that what I'm going to want to do why do magic missiles skill be cast multiple times when targeted choice? Why would I ever want to do magic missiles when Doom of Damocles appears to do more? Maybe I just don't understand it. Oh. Okay. Oh my god, too awesome. Alright, so I think I'm gonna wait for this little fuckface to get a little bit closer to me. Oh shit. Get out of here. Delete? Yeah, there we go. Because I want to try to, like, hollow out the backs, that way I can, like, approach the front. Evasion, evasion. So if I just slice this guy... Oh, shit. Oops. Back to complete. Alright, so... Or 3. I mean... Oh! Fuck. Alright. My volley's so tight. Magic is weakening? What does that even mean? Oh, shit. All right. So I'm gonna do something a little potentially stupid. Yeah, I'm gonna just march my last right out there. I want to see what happens. All 4 attacks at the same time. Okay, that's interesting. So now that my lady's here, does this just, like, not do it? Alright, because maneuver means moves the heroes to the designated tile. One, 2. Oh, what? Holy shit. Fuck out of here. Alright, we gotta... Yeah, I don't care at all. Uh-oh, 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 delete. Select this. Magic missile. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, my magic is weakening. Alright, so I learned a valuable lesson today. I mean, I feel like all I do is just pick off stuff from afar, yeah? Shoot. Shoot her. Get out of there. Sure, I don't care. So I can, like, go here and I can blade rush. Oh shit, I see how this nerd is played. Oh my god, I like to see the nerd. I see. So this is like one of the most real-time feeling turn-based games I've played. You feel pretty cool. You feel pretty cool. All right, I'm gonna end my turn. One hero didn't move at all! That reminds me of Into the Breach. It reminds me of Into the Breach in a very, very quite so barely kind of way. When and how do you regenerate mana? I thought you regenerated... Yep, no, I just don't know how to read. Don't mind me. Another night survived. Alright. Shared experience. Hey, no panic. Nice. Night reward. Night reward. Alright, get that money. Alright. Night 1, keep up the good work. Thanks, everyone. Alright, I'll continue. Production phase. Okay. Alright, so... First, a chip for your time. Alright, so first of all... Oh, Sheer Bear. Oh, Sheer Bear. Oh, Vivictus Game says, hey, Sean, thanks for subbing to my channel. Gave me chills, brother. Oh, that was so cool. How did your games wind up going? I got into some Dota games, and I've been really shitting the bed in Dota lately. What about you, Sheer? Come here. We have my little brown cat. Yeah, you should be getting some good purrs. What do you think? Yep. Okay, come on up. Come on, you can get there. Oh my god, there we go. I'm gonna be playing slowly today. Dude, I mistimed my vacation by about a month this year. I am exhausted and irritable all the time. I need to just be a lazy, slow, chunky gamer. Yes. All right, assign workers to building tasks. On the buildings you have built something. On ruins to get gold and materials by destroying them. Spend gold to construct. Okay, spend materials to erect defenses around the haven. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Upgrade the heroes. Increase their primary and secondary attributes. Reinforce their strength or alleviate weaknesses. Perks. Build your own combination of passive abilities to further specialize their playstyle. Gear items have 2 elements that define their power. Defines the values of the attributes and damage represented by the Roman numerals. Okay. Alright, Share Bear. I'm gonna need you to... She does not like being hurled into the microphone. Alright. Alright, is that... Okay, goodbye. Alright, hopefully that came through. Alright. Alright, so perks. Okay, great. Coming from this side. Commander's Journal, level up. Ooh, this is quite nice. Pretty damn good iconography on this. Okay. What's this? Reroll? If you don't like the choices, you can reroll them. There'll be less options to choose from. You have 2 rerolls per level up. I mean, range damage to physical? I guess I'll do ranged. Sure. Carmen. Carmen is my face smasher, huh? 4 to 9? Jesus. Oh. And if I reroll it again, I'll have a 1. Alright, well that fucking sucked, but I learned how the mechanics worked. 1 additional perk. Unlocks the Fatality skill and execute any enemy with less than 15 health. Oh. Raise the punch skill. Swift is the win. Now let's go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Game understanding, city stash. Level up Clara. Wait, did I just level up? Oh shit. I'm very worried I leveled up the wrong person, doing the wrong thing. How do you see what the level ups were? How do I see what I just applied as a level up? Give her melee guy range damage. Okay. Alright. Level up. Range damage. Nice. I can now give my ranger range damage. Let's see here. I'm going to reroll. Critical power, baby. Poix. I don't know what this is. I'm gonna get this. All right, and then this person. All right, let's see this. All right, re-rolling. Oh, terrible. Hell yeah. All right, what else? Stun chance. Daily mana regen, yes. Well, yeah, why not? I don't know. Why not? I'm just gonna do stuff. Perk points. Alright. What is this? Alright, worn pants. What is this? +2 mana, +4 dodge. Ooh! Ooh. All right. Okay, so we're gonna take a break from doing things right after we select this. We're gonna take a break. Not as in like we're gonna wander away, but I'm gonna like talk to you because shit, it's a lot. Heavy crystal. +1 move, more resistances. So this should be in my city stash. So who do I want to give the actions to? Give them to Carmen. I just want to give it to my archer. I think my archer is the best. Around. Yeah, dude, I played Fallout 1, let me tell you. I want to make more action points, please. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like, I've talked a little bit about this before. Actually, I talk about this all the fucking time. Who am I kidding? I repeat myself constantly. It's all I do. I personally believe that what matters is way less. It matters a lot how intentional things appear. So, for instance, great example of this, there is a character in Dota named Axe. And Axe has a giant axe. And there is a skin for Axe where he just punches. So he no longer has an axe. And when I first saw this, and when many people first see this skin, they think that there was a bug in which the axe didn't load. Guys, the skin, there's something broken in the game. Quickly. Tell the developers. And he's supposed to be like a boxer. That's the idea of the skin. But, I bring this up because this game, like, does not have a tutorial at all. Which I think is way stronger than having a weak tutorial. Because right now, I am straight up moving at a snail's pace, man. Like, holy shit. I'm hardly getting a sense of the game loop, because if you think about, probably when I get into the swing of things, I'll be able to do these level ups and item acquisitions at the start of this production phase. I'll probably be able to take care of them in under a minute. Let's see, this, okay, this, okay, this. Okay. And then, move on to the next phase, and then I'll get into combat and do a bunch of stuff in combat and yada, yada, yada. Like, you'll notice in combat, at the start of combat, my first 3 turns took as much time as the entire rest of the fight. Oh, there it is, construction mode. Buy some new gear? What? Oh, shit. Guardians 504 says, this game is so dependent on meta progression, your first run serves as a basic tutorial. I would say I disagree that this is a tutorial, because this game ain't explaining shit to me, and the structure of guidance of this is poor. Assuming that it's trying to be a tutorial, but I don't think it is. It's literally presenting itself so much as, here, just go play the fucking game, we're in early access. And because it presents itself as though there is no tutorial at all yet, my brain feels immediately more forgiving, which is kind of interesting. Immediately my brain's just like, oh yeah, well, since they didn't make a tutorial and it's just up to me to figure it out, all right, cool, I'll figure it out. How much? We have 100 gold in the shop. I don't know, I'll buy this one. Lucky turtle charm. It's a trinket. I don't know what any of this stuff is. I'm getting it. Oh, whoops, can regenerate some health to heroes during production with the help of workers. Whoops, I didn't build anything. I just bought some stuff. Alright, well, let's go to the character sheets. then I go to the shop, which is B. So this does not mean to backseat, but you Q need to scroll through heroes? Oh, yeah, we've been doing that. I mean, you probably didn't see me do it because I didn't mention it or say anything about it at any point in time. Okay, so we have Barricade, very weak defense, but doesn't... very cheap. Ah, so I can, like... I'm gonna just spend all of my money here. Awesome. Scavenge. Scavenge is 14 gold. Oh, shit. Alright, I thought that I clicked. Okay. Okay. I thought that you clicked first. Okay. Alright, so this is ruins. Ruins, ruins. Okay, this is a house. Increasing number of workers. Okay. Vestige of the former city. Okay, at the end of the production phase, I'm going to start talking. Ruins. I'm going to gold focus clear this crap out. So now I'm going to build some structures. What is... regenerate some health. Regenerate some mana. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Alright, so how does this thing work? Workers. The target hero generates 10 mana? Shit. Holy fuck. Alright, so let's... really nice. Alright. Hold the door. Hodor. Oh, deployment, so we move them around. Alright, so then we're gonna go into combat. Okay. Whoa! Geminites, it seems clear that the devs were really entrenched in this game for a long time and maybe lost a bit of viewing the game from an outside perspective. You know, here... okay, so let me just note. Here is my perspective on what I have played thus far. Just from a tutorialization standpoint, it feels like there is no tutorial. And I think that that's okay. If that's not their focus at all yet. Because if you're not quite sure what the game is, a way that you can overcome, like, being unsure of what the game is you keep prototyping, keep iterating on that core game, and you just have a Discord of 100 playtesters, and you're like, hey, here's how shit works this week, here's a paragraph of text, and you can play it, and if you played last week, it's kind of similar to this and this sort of thing. And I'm kind of totally fine with that. And Genminate says, that wasn't shade, I've been that developer too. Oh, yeah, no, I didn't take it as shade. So to reread what you said, it says, it seems clear that the devs were really entrenched in this game for a long time and maybe lost a bit of viewing the game from an outside perspective. I am responding to that by saying, I would not even go so far as to say that they have forgotten that perspective, because it could just be that they haven't done it yet. Like, I haven't gotten a haircut recently. I want to. I haven't gotten it, not because I have lost perspective on what it means to get a haircut. It's just I keep going, oh, fuck, that's right, the haircut. Wait, no, I said my point wrong. I'm sorry, I said my point completely wrong. I haven't gotten a haircut because I keep saying to myself, the instant I'm on my break, then I'll schedule one. And I just won't do it because I have a lot of shit going on right now. I don't even know why I need to, like, fucking have... I don't even know why I need to, like, use the analogy. Yeah. So I think that my perspective of the tutorial is... Because I feel like in development, there's this forked evaluation process. I now evaluate creative works or stuff in progress in 2 metrics. Metric 1, what's the potential of where this game is going? And that's where I'm at right now with the words that I'm saying. This game could get a really great tutorial that could showcase how things work. It could start you with one hero fighting off some nerds. It could start you off, get you another hero, add more abilities, get you some unlocks, yada, yada, yada. I think that could be added later, and it would be great. The other way in which I evaluate something is, let's treat this as though it will not get any more changes and that it is done. I feel that the tutorialization thus far has been a bit lacking. What it's making me do, like, the reason I keep playing more is that I'm live, and I've dedicated myself to playing this all day. The instant I saw a lot of the menus, what my brain wanted to do was to close the game and to play Magic the Gathering. Not because the game was bad, but because I've had a long few weeks. I just got done doing PC Gaming Show on Sunday. I was just too tired to stream yesterday. I'm back. I'm streaming again. Okay, cool. John Monkey says, hey, it's exactly what I did when I first played this game. Yeah, I mean, like, I absolutely would have just been like, and I'm out. Mounts Furious says, I just want to say that 4 years ago, you were an inspiration to me when I was becoming a self-taught software dev and offered valuable insights on seeking jobs. Now I'm the lead of my team, so thank you. Oh, shit, Mounts of Furious. What a baller. Oh, my God, what a baller. CN Duchess says, so has this game not been well received? I actually have no idea what the reception is of the game. I have absolutely no idea. I'm gonna position my melee friend over here. Oh wait, this is, you are, sorry, this is my spellcaster. Yeah, I'm gonna archery my way in. Oh my gosh, if I can one-shot these guys... Oh, that was just a crit? Okay. Delete. Ugh. Alright, am I out of... Oh yeah, this guy has more actions. Oh man, I keep messing this up. My melee boy up here. Alright. Seeing this is interesting. Doesn't seem to be resonating with a number of viewers here. Really? Really, seeing Duchess, who are you thinking about? Oh, shit. An awful lot of boys. Alright. Go. Am I out of... Oh, yeah, because that takes 2 actions. Okay. Alright, so... Go over here. So I guess this one... This character, like, darts in, deals damage, and darts out. Alright, end turn. Alright. Oh, shit. I dragged my mouse at the last second. Whoops. I don't exactly know where these nerds are going. Yeah, and I guess I just keep pulling back, I suppose. There are so many fucking guys. Holy shit. I think I'm gonna send this guy over to here. Oh my god. We're about to die. Dude, I'm just archerying down everything. Huh. I definitely like being able to nearly crit everyone. Power shot. Brilliant. Too easy. Wow, the power shot actually deals a lot more. This is as far as I can move. Alright, so now I'm barricadeless. I kind of wish I had more defense. So now I actually finally get to use this guy. So this is Blade Rush. Okay, so we Blade Rushed once. Alright, so we get 2 more points. Dude, this guy's actually, like, balling. I think I'm gonna take a shitload of damage here, but still. Alright. Well, this is bad. And the fact that I can power shot like every turn is very good. Music is so much more intense than I am intense. Alright, end the turn. Oh my god, those guys are so... Oh my god, I'm about to get owned. What's happening over here? Dog says, wait, are you playing in a tent? What do you mean? Oh. Oh, it's a pun. It's been 10. Oh. Oh. Oh, fuck, it's a pun. Oh, thank God. Oh. Oh, shit, I don't have any actions. Alright, get me the fuck out of here, man. Alright. Alright, so I'm gonna do team fallback. Oh, shit. No wonder they have an undo button here. Dude, this is the one that I feel like I need to be targeting more often. These are all runners. So we can power shot you. Power shot. Where's the runners? Where's all the runners? Oh, dude, I'm like super screwed here. Hell out of here, man. All right. Why does it keep going over here? It feels like a bug. Oh my god, I'm getting annihilated. Blade rush. Dodged. Blade rush. All right. All right, we're in mega tryhard mode right now. There's 24 enemies left? Shit. Dude, this is ridiculous. This game is ridiculous. And get yourself the hell out. I'm gonna maybe try to come in from this angle. Whoa. This is early access. It is in early access right now. Let's see here. All right. Out of range. Oh my god. This music is actually a little too intense at points. Like at this point in time, I'm just like, I should need something gentle. This guy can maybe take everything out of here. Where's the missile launcher when you need it? I know. Yeah, I guess I'll do this. Let's end this turn. Alright, 15 enemies left. Please don't hit my stuff. This camera angle stuff is very weird for me. Alright. They did not quite line up. 4. Blade rush. Blade rush? Okay, so I need to do power shots on the big boys. Ugh. So then out of range. Okay. Yeah. All right, perfect. All right, kite like crazy. Yeah, I mean, I see why they need to have the town be like the point of focus. Because without that, I mean, you can move farther than these guys. If I can get closer at all enough to at least... No, can't get it. Ah! Alright. Alright, I think we're gonna be okay. I, like, really do not have a lot of health. Blade Rush. Nice. Oh my god, so nice. Superb. One here didn't move, don't even care. Ugh. Oh my god, we actually fucking held it off. Alright. Bing, bing, bing. Sure. Did you watch Day 9 ball out of control? Yeah, not all the rewards. We made it, B. 2 sets of nerds? Fucking hell. Level them up. Hi, it's me, Carmen. Range damage? No, not a chance. When does health regenerate? Yes. I'm doing mana, man. I'm blade dash like crazy. Reliability. Now get out of here. Poison damage? Multi-hits? Multiplier applied to the amount of targets of the multi-hit skill effect. Is this a multi-hits? No? Reroll again. Daily mana regen. Boom. There it is. Everything sucks. Okay, let's see here. What's Tainted Essence? I'm gonna get this, man. 'Cause my lady's about to die. Alright. Crit chance increase. Yeah. Crits were saving me like crazy. Its reliability increases the minimum damage of an attack. Wow. I don't know. I'm gonna get reliability because it's a weird word. Alright. I'm gonna get Tainted Essence because I have no idea what it is. Let's get some stuff. Level up. Alright. Move points 8. Range damage. Oh, these are all terrible. Right? Uh-oh. Armor 25. Yes. Alright, what's opportunistic? Oh, okay. Hi, mine says, hello, good game or bad game? I feel so under-equipped to evaluate that answer. It has a lot of stuff going on. Enough to the point where I feel a little bit like I'm studying for a final exam. It's just, dude, it's just so much. Ow. Ow. Ow, Jesus. I don't know if this ever happens to you, where just like suddenly you're sitting at an angle and something's a little uncomfortable, and you turn and discover that your pants are like digging into your body. All right, stun chance. Why not? Stunning. We're just gonna do a bunch of different stuff. Stunning. Why not? Okay, so if we do this, uses 2 regenerate mana. Cool. Very nice. All right, so let's maybe get some gear. Critical power, physical damage. What's this? Oh, I guess that's like really good, huh? Spiked boots. Shit. Fireball scroll. Dude, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this. You know, I'm gonna stop right there. I'm going to go to the city stash, and I'm gonna apply QQ. How do I use this damn thing? Oh God. Oh God, someone tell me. How does it work? Oh, like this? Am I doing it? Ah. White Mage says, oh, that's right, Day 9. We chatted a bit when I joined the last DK30 Game Jam, my first as an audio guy. Since then, I started my master's degree and became the lead producer of a studio through my school. Holy shit. Now I have 2 games as a producer on iOS and Android, and my first Steam release as lead producer is coming out in a few weeks. What? How? Holy shit. How did that what? You mean like the one that was like 6 months ago? That's insane. Il est incroyable. I'm working my ass off too. Well, yeah, no, I can't imagine. I mean, that's like ridiculous. And a warm congratulations to you, you fucking out of control big bad baller boy. Hot damn. Wow. All right, hold on. I need to build some structures. You think you can rotate this? Build La Défense. Reinforced wood and wall. Barricade for 7. Materials focus. Okay, so all right. Well, so send you a link to the Steam page when it's up. It's an anxiety learning game that I'm super proud of. I recorded and edited all the dialogue too. It's fully voiced. Hell yeah. Toasted 3D says, I'm a character artist and always work with your stream on. Sometimes I'm in the background, sometimes not. I have to say that you have made me company during my career. Oh God, I think you got owned by autocorrect. You helped give me company during my career, and I'm happy to tell you that I'm going to work for Ubisoft soon. Thank you for being there. Oh shit, Toasted 3D, that's fucking awesome. Hell yeah, man. I'm doing just basic bitch wooden walls, baby. And where do we want these? I think I'm gonna like actually. Oh, yeah, that's right. 60 armor when the back's to the stuff. Oh. My wish is I definitely would not have had the guts to do it without your support. And being real, I'm a producer, so it's not like I made the assets or anything. Oh, no, producers are very, very, very important, man. Yeah, no, dude, like producers are amazing. I love producers. Here's the thing. There's a good kind of producer, which is okay. So here is how I think about what a producer is. Okay. If I say to you, I want to make a prototype for a 2D tactics game like this, and I want to have this many different heroes and this many different monsters, and here's kind of what I'm thinking in terms of the systems, right? That's the gist of the prototype conceptually. A producer can sit down and go, okay, so given everything you've said to me, it sounds like making one of these characters and animating it will probably take 3 people 3 days to do. And since you want this done in 2 weeks, let's say we have 10 working days. So it sounds like, given that we can only allocate those 3 people, you can probably only get 3 or so characters done. So maybe we should do like 1 hero model and 2 enemies to start with. And they sort of like negotiate about how to pragmatically create the thing that you want created. And that's what a great producer is. And also, another thing that producers, one of my dear buddies is a producer, and she's just like constantly trying to figure out new and more efficient ways of making sure that everyone's on the same page, making sure that all the stuff is written down. So for instance, like if we're working on the prototype for our 2D battler thing, and then a producer says something, or then someone says something like, oh, you know what would be cool is if like we had different barricades to like build and stuff. And a producer goes, okay, I'm gonna write that down. And just like records, and we say barricades, you mean like in the middle of a fight? Oh no, you were thinking there's like a production phase where you build stuff and then combat. Okay, that's interesting. Let's write that down, let's revisit it once the things are set up. And then all of a sudden, 2 months later, when it's like, man, we finally have some more free time, and the producer can be like, hey, do you remember we were throwing out some ideas during that play test 2 months ago, where you brought up production? And this one goes, oh yeah. Good producer stuff. Bad producer stuff is basically being a sort of like, all right, hurry up. Come on, do it. You need to get this level out in 2 days. Go. Okay, you're done with the level. Move on to the next one. Deployment. Okay, so here's my mage. Here's my archer. Here's my guy. The sun is fading. Oh, what? The fuck? It's an archer. You're kidding me. Such a weird shape. Alright. That was a good turn. Yep, it's fine. Jesus. Oh my god. There's so fucking many guys over here. Huh.
Too easy. Oh.
Shit, I fucked this up. If I can just Blade Rush like every turn, I think that we can be okay. So we're gonna actually use this. And a torn. Holy. How are you supposed to win? Oh my god. Alright. Oh shit. Stand next to a wall. Alright, so you... Rain of arrows. Good god. I don't even know what to think. It's just it's a lot of bad boys. Alright, this is a runner, chicken dinner. Okay. Oh my god. No, I could not. I really couldn't. Alright. I think there's... There's 45 enemies here, man. I mean, I'm gonna lose everything. Dude, this is not gonna be living. Dash. Dash. Oh, shit. Oh my god. Oh my god, I don't know, my back to a thing. Okay, everything's terrible. And I think we're gonna lose. And that's the way it is. Okay, dude, tell me about it. My magic is running out. Alright, one. Oh god. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, I just gotta... Oh, I'm out of magic. Okay, 1. Dude, we're dead. It's it. This is it. This is the end. We're gonna lose. Look. Oh, this camera angle thing is very weird. Alright. Oh. Oh my god, I'm like totally fucking alive. Alright, so I can, like, dash like this, and I can Blade Rush like that. You didn't die? Ow. Oh, we need line. Always line of sight with these guys. Please rotate. Oh, you can't rotate it. Oh, I think this is bad. Duh. Okay. And do this. Do this. I want to do this. You know, I hate to say it, these guys are really not squishy. Alright, and turn. I think the entire town is going to hell. Oh, I actually lost? Man, this game is like way easy to lose. Continue. What do you think? Purple? Skydance says most people don't survive night 3 on their first run. You did great. Thanks, Skydance. With purple nurples. Welcome to the Oraculum, Commander. Commander. What the? Lower your voice, fool. You'll get us caught, and then it will be all for naught. The Oraculum is what I said. Are you deaf beyond dead? A rather formidable place, if I do say so myself, deep inside your mind, deep inside your head. Who are you? I am the shadows, I am the dark, I am the pain deep inside your fart. Don't tell the other one, for I will help you. Let it be a little devious secret between me and you. Would you be so kind as to partake of these useless souls you collected from the slain? Exchange will share some powers. I have 500. This. Oh, hold to spend. Got him. Heroes are generated with +1 action point. Ah, okay. All right, so I think we've done it. All right. All right, so this is. All right, it's yellow. Rejoice, O earth and sea, for I have come with gifts in hand. Alright. What the? Fear not, mortal, I wish thee no harm. I am but a gleam, a mere refraction of what I could become. A whisper in the dawn, I was two, but now I am one. Nowhere and everywhere we dwell, deep down and high above. Cometh to me whenever, etc. And you can buy shit. Got it, great. New Lakeburg Havens will now have some initial vestige walls. Ah. More shields. Have a hero block 200 damage. Current total. Oh, night shield. Okay. Oh, walk 500 tiles. Wow. Mixed weapon 2. Oh. Survive a night. At or under 1 level. City Panic. All right. Survive 0 times. All right. Okay. Leave. Android Alien says, and I would walk 5,000 tiles. And I would walk 5,000 more. Sure. Oh my god, we're right back into it. Oh my god. Oh, it's just so much shit. Oh. Oh, I gotta take a break from this game because this game it's so much information overload. I'm tired. I need a moment. You know what I mean? Mexitrons is Mr. Plot. How art thou? I'm okay. I'm okay. I just feel tired and grumpy. I need many days and weeks and times to need some time to just be doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Turn down this game. There we go. Ah, good. Yeah, I mean, like the. All right, let me allow me to frame my reactions. So, like, I talked about this a good bit when it came to Biomutant, where I generally speaking, I want the context before I'm given the option or the. Let me try one more time. I want the context or the goal or the thing that I'm supposed to want before I necessarily want the tools to overcome it. So by this, I mean the example that I was using when we were playing Biomutant is in Zelda, you start with 3 health. And you get hit and you lose a full health. And after 2 hits, you're down to 1 health, and thus begins the loudest beeping in the history of gaming. And if you die, my god, you lose all that progress. So right away, you go, oh shit. I want to keep my health up, and I want to avoid getting hit. And then, when all of a sudden the game provides to you a heart fragment to allow you to increase your max health, you are super happy to see that item because you have the context for it. When I have been leveling up my heroes, I've been given a ton of choices with not just a limited context, with basically no context at all. And when I say, you know, limited versus none, what I mean is something like if there is a fire enemy that deals 10 damage, and then you pick up a fire resistance thing that gives you 50% fire resistance, all of a sudden you are able to take twice as many hits versus Fireboy. And you go, oh, all right, okay, nice, this fire resistance is cool. Which then allows me to see lightning resistance, poison resistance, other resistances, and it can click more easily what's going on. In this game, like, I enjoyed slowly trying to figure out how my fighter would function. Let's see, I have a fighter, I have a different kind of archer. Slow death, poison. In Killing Presence, it's hard to make meaningful decisions when you don't know the consequences. Yeah, the fact that there are so many enemies, and I'm just blowing them up willy-nilly, is causing a big disconnection between what my abilities do and specifics about them, because there's just a shitload of them, and I'm like, all right, just kill as many as I humanly can on every single turn. And I think that the opportunity here is that you can actually stretch the content out a lot more, which will reduce the initial burden of me reading a bunch of stuff and going, oh, Jesus, and then wanting to close the game down. And it will amp up your joy of decision-making and amp up the joy in the future. I mean, this is basically what I'm feeling. I want to stress, there's a big difference between, wow, that was really, really hard, and damn, I died. I wish the game was easier. Totally not what I'm saying. I'm more than happy to play mini games in which I lose a lot. And if you've watched this channel, those are my favorite kinds of games. The combat in these games, to me, it felt random. It felt, I guess I'll go here and I guess I'll do this. And a few times, like for instance, when I was starting to really understand the play patterns of my blade rushing dash and lass, that was cool. A great example of feeling an immediate sense of context and relevance is Into the Breach, which I think is one of the greatest games that I have ever played, and one of the best strategy game experiences that's ever been designed. It's just so deliberate with exactly how much health. Evil Lime says, isn't not telling you all these things part of the rogue-lite experience? Let me finish my point about Into the Breach. I sort of self-interrupted and read your comment. Let me finish the Into the Breach thing. You learn really quickly the difference between 1 and 2 and 3 damage and how a particular thing in a particular position, 1 hex this way or 1 hex that way, matters, and as a result, you care about every single movement of every single hex. In this game, I sort of like wander, I don't know, vaguely over here, shoot some stuff, wander vaguely back, and it feels like it doesn't, there's not really a, it doesn't really matter. So Evil Lime isn't not telling you all these things part of the rogue-lite experience. Okay, here is how I will frame it. I'm going to talk about the goals and the context and the structure of the game, and then over here I'm going to talk about the specific obstacles and tools and problems in the game. What I will point to is something like, in Magic the Gathering, you know at a very basic level a small set of things. You know, that how health and damage works, bringing the enemy's health from 20 to 0. But you might not know all of the specific cards. So when a new set comes out and I look at new cards, I'm like, oh, that's interesting, because it sits on top of this context that I understand, the goals and the problems and the basic markers of good and bad. So Into the Breach, when we sit down to play a game of Into the Breach, we see immediately, like in the first battle or two, just how relevant it is to have one mech positioned 1 tile to the left or 1 tile to the right, or how, oh, here's I think the best way I can play this turn. Oh no, wait, I see a different way to play it out if I move this here and that there. And there's like, the game is really sensitive to your tiny decisions. And then when you unlock a new squad, it's a different set of tools. And I think that is what is fun in roguelike and roguelike games, where you are suddenly given some new tools, or you fight against a new type of enemy, and as long as the structure and context of the game is really crystal clear, those things feel like variations and they feel like excitement. But like in this game, there's going to be a horde of dudes coming up, and I'm going to see if I can talk through this, because I can tell I'm struggling with my, with the accuracy of my language. You are you're a missiler, you're our arrower. How far out can I go? Yeah, like this? Alright. I don't quite like the way that I'm describing stuff. I want to see if I can actually dart. No, I can't go through. Okay. So, like, for instance, right now, here's an example of me feeling like the subtlety and nuance and the attentiveness to real tiny specifics feels like it does not matter as much. So, for instance, I am looking at this, and I'm trying to say, okay, can I get a blade dash down to be able to, like, pick off a bunch at a time? Well, if I wandered up here and I picked off this guy, you know, by maybe using this dash attack like here, I wouldn't really have enough move points to get away. So I don't even think I position this nerd well enough to engage. Okay, so where should I position? Should I position here, or 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 here? These kind of all feel like a lot the same. And in Into the Breach, the difference between this tile and this tile felt big enough that it made me want to deliberate between each of these hexes as an individual and different decision. Like, these don't feel like 4 different decisions. This collection of hexes feels like, I don't know, vaguely here seems fine. And I don't really care that much about the positioning right now. These are the runners that are fast, so I'll probably want to kill off the runners first. So I'll just, I don't know, walk out here and shoot. Turn down the music a little bit. Yeah, the in-game music is a little loud, or I can just... Or I can do this. Then I guess I'll move back here. And I mean, like, the, because there's this horde of guys that I'm supposed to just, like, blast to death as quickly as humanly possible, you know, I just get a lot of, like, all right, I don't really care what the guy is. I'm going to shoot this and shoot this and shoot this. Let's see, what are these things? This is weak spot. This is a pierce. See, like, here is where something interesting might happen. Like, if these guys, if one of them right now had armor, I would start to go, okay, I care about using weak spot instead of just using my regular quick shot. Why is this damage so fucking terrible? All right, I think I got a poison. Wait, what? Why is it that it's hitting all the targets in the line? Okay. Oh, I see. I get to do multiple targets. Got it. I see. Multiple times. Yeah. Okay, so this is multi-shot too. Great. Now I guess I will go 4. I have 7 points. Yeah, so I can go like 4. I can blade dash. This. So I'll go this way and then try to cover him. Walk up here. 1, 2. Oh, shit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bang, bang. Let's do this. I'll just shoot him twice. Alright, so I'm going to move over here, I guess, and shoot. Really? 1, 2. 1, 2. Yeah, see, ABPD says, like, just spot on, right? Like, what some of my concern is. ABPD says, what you're describing with positioning mattering and armor, dodge resistances, target choice, etc., it does happen a lot just later on in the game. Yeah. This is... And so I think that I can maybe sort of close the loop on the point I'm trying to make with... I generally speaking, want the context first, and then the varied elements second. This game is giving me every different type of stat and modifier and multiplier, and what it feels like is I've yet to find big ways in which things differ and matter in huge key ways, which makes the game feel very samey. So I can walk here and like dash through these three if I pick off this guy. What does this do? Blaze? Change a portion of the damage. Okay, so I don't really know how this works. I'm just gonna shoot like to this guy and to this guy. That was pretty cool. Let's just have a multi-shot. This feels kind of cool. Shit. Now I can blade rush like this. Point. I'll wander over here. Oh my god, Sacriel. Oh my god, it's Sacriel. Dude, I'm doing alright. I'm feeling just tired and irritable. This is my irritated face. Oh yeah, target forward. You're no crossbow. One here didn't move. That's all fine. Yeah, I think I'm gonna play till the end of this day and probably put the game down. I think I'll be really honest. I in the last 4 weeks have had probably 4 or 5 days out of 7 in a week. I just wake up and I'm just grumpy. And I don't want to have to learn new things. One Piece dude saw you play against Purge the other night. Shadow Shaman was fun watching someone play against you. Oh yeah, I played very, very poorly that game. It was hilarious. It was fun to just like be tabbing into his chat every time I died and being like, oh fuck. So this I guess. You know, I'm actually just gonna go to the main menu. Okay, sure. Yeah, I gotta be honest, like the density of stuff. Okay, so here's what I'm going to say. All right, here I'm gonna give my full evaluation of the game. Raw. First of all, I am going to stop playing and I'm going to fire up some magic and just do some really dead basic laddering with a deck that I'm extremely familiar with. That's what I'm going to do. I'm also going to turn down the main menu music because it's fucking loud. The war trap on yourself was hilarious. Oh my god, I was laughing so hard in the Discord server. It was so good. Okay, let me try to compose my brain. Let me start with what has me very excited about the game. First of all, it's in early access, and this is polished as fuck and has a lot going on for a game in early access. And I still remember Dean Hall saying that he thinks the biggest mistake someone can make in early access is that they sort of have you know, a D plus implementation of lots of different things, when what you really want is an A plus implementation of a very small, focused set of things. So, you know, I started this game off, and immediately there is a ton of really clean, nice UI. A ton of, like, clearly, deliberately structured elements from the base building to the gold to the... I mean, there's a lot of systems that are interacting with and leaning on each other. I mean, and the game loop's clearly very complete, right? Like, you do the days and kind of progress, and the continued hordes move through and all this stuff, right? So, G-Frank says, that's called an MVP in Project Theory. Here's how I would differentiate the comment from Dean Hall versus what an MVP is. So an MVP, which typically stands for minimally viable product, would be the idea of, okay, so what I'm going to do is I want to showcase that I am working on a tactics game. So my MVP might just be 2 basic nerds, 2 basic heroes, 3 basic enemies, and increasing numbers of them, and maybe there are boss versions which just have doubled stats. It's enough to showcase the gist of the progression. MVPs can take on a lot of different forms depending upon the product that you are focusing on. So, actually, let me ignore games for a moment. MVP for like an online shopping site might only have credit card checkout, 4 different items in a basic cart. That's it. Cool. It's a functional store, and what's nice about an MVP is the implication is that if you add to this, it becomes an improved product. The assertion that Dean Hall made many moons ago about early access games is that a big mistake that one can make in early access is not having an unbelievably clear sense of what the core game vision is. What's a perfect example? The Culling. The Culling was a battle royale game that had an interesting rock, paper, scissors style combat that drew a lot of players in, and then they actually changed how the combat worked on like version 5 or whatever. And then they started to add in some other perks, and then they reworked combat to be something different again, and then they made construction a bigger component, and the survival component a bigger aspect, and it actually kind of changed what the game was multiple times along the path. Now, in any sort of creative development, this is going to happen constantly at an early stage, and Dean's assertion was, don't fucking do that. Come up with what the game is, like crystal clear, and really elevate that to communicate to people what the core of the game is and showcase that there's some good fun that's going on there. And then the implication is to players that if they keep on playing, or if they keep on checking in, that they might get more of the same. The example Dean used was Besiege, which is this really fun little construction game that had like 3 hours of really brilliant content. A lot of the UI elements and a lot of these other things were like very, very nicely polished. And when I look at this, I mean, I didn't feel like there was a tutorial or anything like this. And you know, let me just note, because I'm seeing some conversation about MVP. I really hate the term MVP because it's such a different concept for different products that it's far less valuable for us to come up with an incredibly precise definition of MVP than it is to actually say, in a more longer form way, what really matters and what we're talking about, what we're trying to focus on. I think another mistake you can make in early access is having an incomplete or dumbed down version of your game, which this game obviously is not, right? You have heroes, and the heroes have items, and those heroes have abilities, and you can spend the points to do stuff, and there's a construction system and all this sort of thing. And you've heard me say before, I really, 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 really like... Noob Tablet says, I missed the gameplay and the rant that just happened. Could someone summarize thoughts on the game? Noob Tablet, you are showing up for the start of it, my dude. Um, I'm really interested in system-driven games. I'm really interested in the idea of there's so many systems doing so many different things that this triggers this, interacts with this, makes me want to do this. What was an example that happened? I spent some of my materials to make a well and spent my workers to use the well to replenish the mana on the guys that were using a lot of mana to be able to clear out stuff. And I think that sort of stuff is really fun and really great. I think that the broad strokes problem I had was there was so many things being thrown at me, and I never got a chance to feel the goodness or badness of any particular one before a new one was introduced. So, for instance, if some, like, you know, I mean, incredibly simple example in Dota, you start, no matter what hero you pick, you can only have one ability. So you cast the ability a few times, and then you unlock second ability. You're like, oh, this is kind of interesting. And you eventually unlock 4 abilities, and then you spend the entire game using those 4 abilities. And even if you're a complete and total newbie, you play for 45 minutes with these abilities, you get a feel for them, you try different abilities in different situations over the course of the game. What doesn't happen is that you sit down with a hero for 1 minute, cast some spells, and then switch to a different hero for 1 minute, cast some spells, switch to a different hero for 1 minute, cast some spells. I think it's really important. There's a big difference between giving clear education and being like, okay, here is what this thing does, and here's a really good tooltip to allow you to evaluate it, and then the circumstances in the game showing me that it is valuable. I think one of the greatest examples of just like slow introduction of things is like the StarCraft 2 single-player campaign. The StarCraft 2 single-player campaign, if any of you have never played it, has not just the regular, like, say, Terran faction. It also has extra bonus units that are only in single-player, and it has this out-game customization system to allow you to fiddle with different properties of your faction and then go into the game and then get these customized units and all this sort of thing. But each mission is like, okay, here is a mission where we're going to introduce to you the siege tank. And on the siege tank mission, there's tons of stuff that obliterate you unless you can outrange it, so you make the siege tank. And then you blow it up and you go, that was cool. I remember there's a map where, like, they introduced the Reaper, and the entire map just has, like, obnoxious low and high ground terrain. And then so all of a sudden you open up the next map, after the Reaper map, and here's a sort of normal area, and then there's a bunch of, like, cliffs that Reapers can jump up and down, and you go, oh shit, oh, I figured out how this thing works, you know, and it's like, no, obviously the game introduces shit to you. And I think that this game's introduction of the relevance of various contextual things was fully absent in the 2 hours that I played. I mean, I did not feel that it occurred at any point ever, period. And so the net effect that I have as a result is that it makes me, it feels hard to get excited about a new tool that I'm getting because I don't see the specific problem that I'm encountering. Egg Proxy says, so the pacing? No, I mean, not really. I mean, again, I want to stress the difference between things were introduced to me too quickly and I wasn't shown why anything mattered at any point. Again, if you say, welcome to turn 1, you have an enemy with 400 armor and 25 health. You also have a cluster of 3 weaker enemies. And this shows you the value of an armor-piercing shot, and then it shows you the value of AoE shots. But like when I was playing, I would see, for instance, here is an armor-piercing shot, and I would look, and there would not be a single enemy with armor at all, period. okay, that's okay. Broadly speaking, that's okay, because if 20% of abilities feel like that, but 80% feel like, you know, I get the context of, I can go, oh, well, this is probably useful. Okay, I get it. Balsinger says, isn't the point of rogue-lite to play it over multiple runs to familiarize the player with the systems that way? I can sense enough people not getting what I'm saying that it's clear that my explanation sucks. I've even paused multiple times to try to explain this. Mr. Deeron's, either your explanation sucks or we're all a bunch of idiots. Yeah, as much as I wish it was that you're all dumb, I don't think that's the case. We gonna move on to MTG? Oh, we absolutely are. But by God, the Chaucer, I gotta explain what the heck I'm thinking. Yeah, I mean, I can give some smaller examples. Yeah. So, for instance, let's see. Yeah, Rokotark, maybe this is a good starting place. Let's start with what you're saying, Rokotark, and a few others have said something similar, which is like, the game presents a lot of tools. Like, here's a hammer that functions in this way, and a wrench, and a thing that does bonus wrench damage, and a screwdriver that can get 2 screwdriver-based attacks. But all I've encountered so far is nails. So I'm seeing all these other tools and it doesn't feel like they're necessary. Yeah. Yeah, like, I'm seeing a ton of just different things. Like, this has multi-shot, this poisons, this does this, and what I go, I don't care. Like, I don't know why I care. I want clarity of what the problem is before I'm given the solution. I want clarity of what the goal is before you give me the tool to overcome that goal. And I'll use Dragon Freak says, I think you're spot on, Dan. It seems that a new player to expect the player to research through a wiki or some other outside game source for how the mechanics of the game work instead of the game itself teaching you the game. Okay. Dragon Freak, what you say, I think, is a great. That's actually not what I'm saying, but the way that you phrase it is really helpful. Okay. There's 2 different kinds of comprehension of a mechanic. One is, how the fuck does this work? The second one is, why do I care? And I never had the second one almost ever. The why was lost on me, because the why requires context in the game. If you say to me, here is something that can pierce through armor, I read it and I know exactly what it means. But why do I care? There was that ability, I think it was called, like, you know, amplitude or whatever the fuck, which was increase the minimum damage. I read it and I understood exactly what that meant. But why do I care? You know, this thing, give me this, like, if you are giving me a bunch of different abilities, I need the chance to see how the abilities actually feel functionally different. Excalibur Z says, is this something where you're intended to just trial and error your way through the game to discover value in each tool? Because I don't necessarily vibe with that approach. Yeah, okay. So the thing is that it's not binary. It's definitely not, you must always introduce every single thing in the way that I'm describing, this sort of thing. But I want some situations that are contextually different. And again, I'll use StarCraft. StarCraft was, here's a bunch of Zerglings running at you. Here is 2 Broodlords coming at you. Here is Baneling drops coming at you. They feel like different situations because they're doing materially different things. This just kind of felt like all the enemies were roughly equivalently the same. And I mean, all I did the entire time was shoot my AoE abilities, run back, shoot my AoE abilities, run back, shoot my AoE abilities, run back. Because, like, okay, so Slay the Spire, that's my go-to, just top-of-the-line roguelite game. Everything is, like, it's not just clear in terms of basic mechanics, like, okay, block prevents damage. And why would I want block? Because I only have this much health. You actually feel pretty quickly the difference between taking 2 damage versus taking 6 versus taking 10, like, so quickly. Yeah, for Archon, yeah, it's not about how something works. It's about being in a situation where you have a reason to do something else. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, see, Rokotark, yeah, I love this. It is important to have some abilities that you have to tinker with to figure out its worth instead of a clear-cut problem. Yeah. Hey, Bonsinger says, I think that I can say without spoilers, there are certain enemy types that you encounter in the later nights that require poison/armor piercing. In the early nights, the action economy and AoE are king. Yeah, and I think that I can tell, I can suspect that there's something really good here. And the way that I might describe it is, I don't know if you've ever started looking into a book series, and it turns out there's 27 books in the main series. There's 2 spin-off series that have like 20 books in each of them. There's like 14 short story anthologies. The fan fiction communities for them are ridiculously like saturated. And you're like, man, there's clearly something here that people fucking love. Like, I'm playing this and I'm like, there's clearly a lot of different mechanics doing a lot of different things, and I don't even see why. But it was so hard for me to get past step maybe 2. Because it's like, step 1, here's some different abilities that do different things. Oh, so step 2, I can pick things off from a distance like this, and then I can use my dash guy to do this sort of thing. And like pick off dudes from the side. Yeah, and I remember I started to feel like there was something that I did mattered. And then it feels like there's a step 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 where you start to really care about how much, you know, penetration and accuracy and dodge percentage and improvement of all this stuff. You start to really feel, you know, I bet you those things are there, but it's like, you know, I'm at step 3 and I'm like, okay, it appears that I should just sit at a distance and shoot stuff and do AoE. And I should just sit at a distance and shoot stuff and do AoE. Okay, and there's another 40 enemies, so I'm going to do the exact same thing 7 turns in a row. And I will just do the exact same thing 7 times in a row. I mean, I would almost compare it to if you got Dragoons in StarCraft, and in the first mission, you would go run, shoot, run, shoot, run, shoot, run, shoot, run, shoot, run, shoot, and you go, oh, cool, I can do this running, shooting micro. And then all you did was do that for 2 hours. You'd be sort of like, okay, why else would I use anything other than this ability? Joe says, how much of this is the fact that it's early access? My impression is that nailing down mechanics is the first step, tutorials, etc. come later. Yeah. I think that's probably, I think that in the pie chart of why did Sean have this experience, I would not be surprised if 90 to 95% of it was the developers going, yep, totally agree that we want to smooth that start out, that initial experience out. We're not going to do it right now. I think it's totally fine. I think that the worry I would have, I have seen this happen with board game developers in particular that do stuff that's really, really system heavy. This has also happened in very system heavy city building, turn-based strategy type things, which is MS Paint, MS Paint. So, like, if once you understand the strategy, here's consideration A and B and C and D, and here you're learning all these elements. There's 8 of them. And what's interesting is when you understand all of these, you're kind of navigating through this evaluation path to all this stuff, you know, like, once you get how the stuff works, oh, it's really sweet. But, like, then there's this journey, which is new player here. And here's the veteran player. And the veteran player is experiencing this. But if I'm a new player, it's like I don't even understand enough stuff. So, like, what? In other words, like, if someone understands your game completely, my God, is it fun and rich and amazing and exciting and shit right there. But if I don't understand the deep strategy, I'm literally unable to participate in that. It is like a conversation in a language where I don't know the nouns, verbs, conjugation, structure. I don't know any of it. Enemy says, I get your point, A9, but don't you think that putting these important problems up front, making tools more obvious, could also be detrimental to a new player experience, making first nights really hard, unless you use exactly the hammer to deal with the nail? Can you tell me a little bit more about what you mean? And, you know, I will still use the example of Plants vs. Zombies as, like, one of the best on-ramping experiences of all time. You start off, you plant some sun, you make some plants. There's, like, 2 different kinds of zombies. And then start introducing different zombies and different tools at the same time. And by the time you get to, you know, even the end of Act 1, you have, like, 7 different plants. You can plant them at any different point in time. There's, like, multiple different types of zombies that are strong and weak in different ways. You're having, like, little build orders that are working well or working poorly. I mean, it's incredible. And there's a lot of modern multiplayer games that kind of have this, like, introduction problem where someone has to sit next to you and kind of explain stuff. But, like, for instance, in the first 2 nights that I played, I don't actually feel like there's stuff that different that I could do. I just shot AoE and waited and 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 shot AoE and waited. I couldn't even tell what were other hugely valuable decisions that I might be overlooking at all. It's like the game threw a bunch of nails at me. I had a hammer. I beat the shit out of it. And then again, just like, you know, was presented before, like I was being shown wrenches and screwdrivers and 48 million other different tools. And I was just like, okay, and just kept fucking smashing things with a hammer. How many nights did I get? 3. I get to the 3rd night. You know, Captain Plebs is some of the hardest ramp games, the most rewarding. Dota, great example. Yeah, like, I actually think that the new player experience issues that people point to with Dota, I think it's actually bullshit. I mean, I definitely think that the tutorialization could have been done way better. But what happened in my very first game of try-hard Dota? I mean, I played Lena, and I knew, okay, I got a last hit. And I threw some spells on, was last hitting, and like within seconds, it clicks what I'm doing, and I'm having fun blowing shit up. I'm making poor decisions. I'm wandering up, getting hurt. Oh fuck! And then I wander back, and then I don't wander forward, and I don't get hurt. And it's like really, really simple. And I go too far forward in front of a tower, and the tower hits me once. And I go, oh fuck! Like the context is making a ton of sense in Dota immediately. Like I'm gonna try to last hit now. I don't get the last hit. Fuck. I change my timing. I get the last hit. Yes. I walk too close to the tower. I take damage. Fuck. Like, there's these positive and negative rewards and feedback and information happening, like, immediately. Did I understand the structure of ganking? Did I understand the structure of how to farm and farming patterns and any of those sorts of things? I mean, like, in just honestly casting some spells and blowing stuff up and making health go to 0 was really, really fun. It didn't even matter that much about, like, the what's good and what's bad. Like, just like in this game. Right at the very start of the game, it was really satisfying to just, like, click, 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 bam, 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 blow something up. Oh, it was fucking great. I just wanted more meaning and more relevance and more texture and more variance. Yeah, part of the reason why I think that MOBAs have much less of a new player experience than people commonly say is that, I mean, they're the most played games in the world. Yeah, I mean, like, I definitely think that there's room for improvement, but clearly there is something ridiculously compelling about the very, very, very first steps into the game. I'll close this game. Yeah, I don't know. I am spending a disproportionate amount of time trying to articulate I'm spending a disproportionate amount of time saying what I struggled with and what I don't like. So I think that the way that I will evaluate this is I think that the game seems like it has a lot going on in a way that's very, very exciting to me. And I feel like there is some steps to understanding the meaning behind lots of stuff that I have a gap in understanding. And so I'd be curious, I actually kind of want to go watch some videos of other people playing, because here's something funny. Maybe each night is supposed to take 30 seconds. You're supposed to just use your AoE backup, and then you're done. It felt very intense to me. But maybe I'm just like, literally, I'm doing something so fundamentally wrong. It's like, no, man, just fucking do this. And then I'm supposed to get to, like, night 7 very, very quickly.